Do you like who you are? It's like a big role-playing game. Nobody should have to go through life with this feeling. I know it's a deep question, but I really want you to spend some time today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cabin Checks. My name is Brandon Burns, and today I've got a pretty deep question for you. Do you like you? Really think about it. Do you like who you are? Let me put it to you this way. If you were dating you, would you marry you? Let me put it to you another way. If you had a daughter or son, depending on who's watching this, and they brought you home, would you be excited? If your child brought back you and said, hey, this is the person I'm going to spend my life with, would you be excited about it? Or would you think, oh no? Let me ask it a different way. If you were your own employee, if you were the employee and you had you as a boss, would you enjoy working for that company if you were the boss? Would you enjoy working for you? Would you want to follow you as a leader? See, a lot of times we want people to like us. We want people to respect us. We want people to follow us. We want to be leaders. We want to blaze our own trail and build something big. But how many of us really ask the question, are we worthy? And I don't mean that in a negative context. I mean, obviously, all human life is precious and worthy, and you're worthy of a lot of things just because of who you are and whose you are. But I mean, really think about it. If you're gonna try and build a company, for example, and you want 100 different people to jump on board and buy into your vision, would you follow you? Would you trust you? Would you believe in your vision? Take that same skeptic attitude that you have towards everybody else and apply it to yourself. See if you like the results, right? Everybody wants a phenomenal relationship. Everybody wants to be fulfilled. Everybody wants to be happy. Would you date you? Would you marry you? Right? Everybody wants to be liked, but do you like you? It's a deep question, but it's necessary for us to ask so that we can simply self-assess. So the cool thing about the game of life, especially for the men who might be watching this, it kind of applies to everybody, but particularly for the men, the cool thing about life is that we really get to pick and choose the character that we want to become. It's like a big role-playing game, right? You guys remember those you played on PlayStation or Xbox as a kid, or maybe on Steam if you were a PC kind of person, but you play these games and you build the person that you want to be. You say, oh, okay, I don't necessarily want to be 99 in defense, but I want to be 99 in archery, 80 in defense, and then 27 in I don't know, mining or something, like whatever. I'm thinking about my RuneScape days when I used to play that crazy game. But the point is this, life is just like that. Like, you literally get to just pick, here's who I want to be, and then go do it, and then become it. It's the coolest thing. But so many of us lack that mentality. So many of us think, I was born who I am, and this is just it for me. This is how God created me, so I'm going to die this way, because there's nothing I can possibly do. And it's the most limited mindset in the world. I mean, for goodness sakes, I'm a whole motivational speaker. I'm on stage in front of thousands of people. I was a true introvert when I was born. I promise you, my mother will tell you, I didn't order off of the menu at a restaurant by myself till I was probably 17 years old. Wouldn't talk on the phone till I was 17. I'm so introverted. And now I can stand on stage in front of thousands because I decided that's who I want to be. I want to be the person who's confident enough, who's articulate enough to be able to do that. And then I became that person. Every single thing in your life is like that. Every single thing. So here's what I want you to do. All right? Number one, I want you to honestly self-assess. All right, that's step one. Honestly self-assess. When I say honestly, I mean I want you to figure out, who do you want to be and how does that compare to who you are now? All right? What we're not going to do is sugarcoat who we are now and act like, right, at 250 pounds, that we're in the physique that we want to be in. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not unless you're 7'2", all right? You are not in the physique that you want to be in. No man has ever looked in the mirror and said, wow, look at that beer belly. It's exactly who I want to be. That's exactly who God had in mind when he created me. It's exactly the vision of myself that I have in my mind. That's the version of me that I want to be right there. Come on, man. Nobody's ever said that. So, honestly self-assess. Don't sugarcoat it. Who am I today, and how does that compare to who I want to be? Now, when you're comparing that to who you want to be, you need to be very, very careful not to allow other people's opinions to creep into that. You need to figure out who you want to be, not who other people want you to be. I've talked about this story multiple times on this channel, but I could have been at least 2 to 3 years ahead of where I am right now had I accepted the fact that I was a better coach than I was an athlete. And I was a good athlete, right? But I knew that, at least in the environment that I was in, like if I'd gone to a different school, I probably could have competed all 4 years. Being at Michigan as a male gymnast, it's a tough place to be. It's a very, very good school, very, very good program for men's gymnastics. I knew that I was a better coach. I knew that I would contribute more to the team's success as a coach than I would as an athlete at that particular institution. And I pushed it off for 4 years because I had this concept in my mind that I was supposed to be the Michael Jordan who loved to compete, who loved the competition, who loved getting out there and performing in front of people. That was never me. I loved to strategically break everything down and help coach the guys and strategically figure out who needed to be in lineup. Like, I loved that. But because I was trying to be MJ instead of Phil Jackson for so long, it delayed my coaching career for a very long time, right? So don't think about who other people want you to be. Think about who you really want you to be, all right? And then compare that to who you are today. That's number 1, self-assess. Number 2, make a plan. Start thinking about, what can I do to slowly take strides towards who I want to be every single day? How can I do that? How can I figure out, here's this person that I want to be? I literally have a list on my phone, by the way, of here's the stuff that makes me respect me. Here's the things that make me like me. Here's the things that make me proud of me. And some of it's deep, some of it's like character stuff. It's my integrity, it's the way that I treat people. But to be honest with you, some of it is like super surface level. Some of it is speaker, athlete, musician, right? I'm taking singing lessons right now. I can already play the guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was like 7 years old. So like, it's just stuff that I'm like, man, if I saw that guy, I would be like, that's a cool freaking dude, right? That's how you should feel about yourself. Nobody should have to go through life with this feeling, with this dark cloud over their head, where they feel like they're less than. You should feel like you're the coolest person in the world. You should feel like you are the baddest person in the world. And you can create that. And that's the coolest thing to me. So anyway, figure out who that person is that you want to be and start making a plan, right? So if you say, hey, you know what? I think musicians are super cool. I would just think that'd be the dopest thing in the world if I could call myself a musician. Okay, cool. Pick an instrument and then go find some YouTube tutorials for free and just start learning basic scales. Boom. All right, do that for a month, 3 months, 6 months. You're way closer to who you want to be after that than you were had you done absolutely nothing. It's a silly example, but you can take that as deep as you possibly want to go in terms of defining your character and who you really are, right? You can take it as far as you want, but that is the formula. Self-assess, make a plan on how to take these small incremental steps towards who you want to be every single day. And of course, every day means every day. Last but not least, I highly encourage you to document the process. I implore you to document the process. Don't wait until you're a finished product to start showing people what that process is like. Why do I say that? I don't inspire anybody in the gym. I don't inspire anybody in the gym. The fat guy who's on his 3rd day there and is afraid of being judged from everybody in the gym, but still showed up, that's who's inspiring. And this, just for me, that's who's inspiring. When you see somebody go through a journey, I wish I could have shown y'all the journey between how introverted and terrified I was of the world to who I am now. I wish I could go back and show you that. Don't wait to start documenting it, because I promise you, On my Money Monday videos, I talk a lot about building a personal brand, monetizing your audience, turning that into a real business, right? I promise you that journey that you're going to go on to become the person that you really want to be is going to inspire so many other people. It's going to help so many other people. It's going to help so many other people take the first step. And when you want to talk about the butterfly effect and one person changing the world, that's how it works in real life. That is how that works. Not to mention, you can then go build a huge business off of it, because when you've already gotten there, everybody who's on step 1 wants your help because you're on step 37. So I implore you to document it. With that being said, I know it's a deep question, but I really want you to spend some time today in self-reflection, thinking about who you are and who you want to be and what you can do today to bridge that gap. My name is Brandon Burns. Be sure to follow at IamBBurns on all social media. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if this video gave you some value, please share it with a friend, and I'll see you on the next episode of Cabin Checks. Peace.